welcome back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show right here in your hometown station, AM 1220 KHTS.
And remember, our goal is always to guide you to personal and financial wellness.
Hello, Don Ganley and Gino Fronte here with the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show. Thanking you again for joining us every Saturday. That's right, every Saturday for over 7 years from 9 a.m. to 10 a.m. on AM 1220 KHS and now at 98.1 FM. How about that?
Super
Very cool, yeah.
Very cool.
I like to say we're twice as good, but Gino won't let me say that.
Oh, forget it. I'll let you do it.
So we get to enjoy it. And our goal it's been the same goal for 7 years, is to guide you to personal financial wellness. That's not just because we do lending at Skyline Home Loans. Been doing that. I've been doing it for 31 years. Yes, don't age me.
Yeah.
But doing a long time. And here at Skyline Home Loans, we believe we're the best lenders for your home financing, whether it's purchasing your first home, purchasing your next home, refinancing, cash out, debt consolidation, you name it. We got it right here. You can find out.
2-second snapshot on that.
Yeah.
Okay, the difference between us and a large bank that we won't name that's initials are WF. But anyways, we same client. Max qualify at Wells Fargo, $300,000, and we just got her this morning up to $345,000. That's the difference between buying a house and not buying a house,
especially in a tight market and an ever increasing sell prices and so forth. That's
and
huge.
in that entry level condo price in the San Fernando Valley.
Yeah.
That's the difference between I'm going to buy something and I'm not going to buy something.
Right.
So that's the difference. So if you wonder to yourself, what's the difference between going to a small direct lender, not a small, we're top 10 direct lender, but relative to the large banks, that's the difference. Is we're specialty trained, and we have more programs, over 300 programs. So I'm using like 3 different programs piled on top of each other to make sure she gets into a home.
Yeah, you are. I saw it today. It was crazy. So bottom line, if you want to find out more, go to SantaClaritaHomeLoan.com. SantaClaritaHomeLoan.com, your local direct lender since 1985, believe it or not, we've been around. So we'd love to help you out. So along with that, we also have created America's Professional Resource Group, which is the best group of professionals we can find after 7 years of interviewing some of the best professionals, obviously. And we put them together in one group called America's Professional Resource Group, APRGI.com. It's that easy, APRGI.com. And in fact, our guest today is one of the chosen experts in our group, Mr. Robert Schwartz, our Premier College Guide, talking about college planning.
Gentlemen, a pleasure as always. Thank you again for having me back for this segment and for having me back on the show.
You were wondering after that long intro, right?
I figured you'd get to me sooner or later. I mean, how can you ignore me, really? I mean,
we never want to ignore you, but once you get going, then we don't get a chance.
Well, that's just done out of love.
So today we were talking about where we're currently at with admissions, especially here in California, to our UC system and private schools.
Cal State system and the private
It doesn't
system.
matter. Basically, trying to get into college in general, where we're at now and where it's going. And the difference, I love you have stats here of saying how hard it is to go to get into this school, what you need to have, whether it's GPA or ACT scores, and what those schools are about. And then we're going to talk about costs and then options.
All right.
How about that?
I think that's a good plan.
Let's go.
Okay, so let's come back to our list of goodies. What is sort of the near term past look like? A couple other schools that you guys should know by name, and if you don't, well, you should be talking to people like me to make sure we're pointing you in the right direction. Schools like Harvey Mudd. Harvey Mudd, if you think Caltech, think Harvey Mudd. They're basically the same school, just one's associated with NASA and one's not. Harvey Mudd is in the Claremont Consortium. It's a group of 5 world-class colleges that all share the same resources. All of them are very hard to get into, but Harvey Mudd probably the most difficult, or one of the most difficult. They're admitting around 15% of the students. Wow. Expect that number to go down. And again, we talked, Caltech, 34 to 35 ACT range. Theirs is 33 to 35. It's basically the same deal.
Right.
950 students, mainly engineering focused, brilliant young men and women.
Wow, okay.
Loyola Marymount, we just mentioned Loyola. It's going to come back in just a moment. Loyola is looking at about a 52% admission rate last year. Average students a 3.75 GPA, and the range for ACT 26 to 31. So again, a very strong competitive school, but
a little more flexibility.
A little more flexible, for sure.
Private.
Private.
So we're seeing a little more flexibility in the private sector than we are in the public sector.
That depends. I mean, Caltech is a private entity. Harvey Mudd is a private entity.
I think, wouldn't you call those like very unique specialty schools? They don't have
I
a
would.
well-rounded, big college education where you're going to go there to learn how to knit. I mean, you're going there for engineering. You're going there because you want to work at, Caltech. I mean, everything seismic that happens in California, everybody comes out of there.
A lot of them do.
Yeah, pretty much. So it's a specialty school for sure.
Okay, so let's play off your theme, Gino. Let's look at just some private schools that are not sort of super selective in what they're looking for. So you have Loyola, Occidental College. Oxy, President Obama spent some time there. It's a fantastic liberal arts college. But when we say liberal arts, don't get sucked into thinking there's no engineering, there's no physics. Yes, they have all those things. Just some creative thinking. They're a school admitting about 42% of the students who apply. Let's see.
Now, how
Santa
many
Clara.
students? Because you talked about
sure.
Harvey Mudd was a really small school. You have to be very selective.
Yeah,
Harvey Mudd-
940 students.
They're actually closer to 800 students.
Oh, wow.
Oxy's about 2,100 students.
Okay.
So in the grand scheme of things, if you're thinking about the large public universities, the UCLAs, which are 31,000 students.
Wow.
And you're thinking 800 or 2,100, these are fly specks compared to the large public
Well,
schools that we know by name.
you admit 50%, that's 400 students.
Let's see, Pepperdine. Pepperdine is 3,600 undergraduate students. They're admitting about 40% of the students who apply. So competitive.
Pricey school.
Pricey, yes, but we look at how deep the pockets are and how qualified the student is.
And you are in Malibu. Come on.
Oh, it's beautiful.
The view is nice. I've been there. It's
pretty spectacular.
Spectacular, yes, for sure. Santa Clara University up in Northern California in the heart of Silicon Valley, one of my favorite schools in the state. There are about 5,500 students admitting about 50% of the students who apply. Let's see. Stanford.
Good luck on that.
Good luck on that. There's your admission stats, courtesy of Don Hetling. Good luck with that.
Yeah.
Don's a professional.
Yeah.
So that gives you an idea of sort of the private spectrum of the strongest schools in our state. Now, let's look at some public ones. Let's look at San Diego State. 30,000 undergraduate students at SDSU. They're admitting 35% of the students who apply. This is not the San Diego State. You as parents remember.
Yeah, the
I can
party
assure
school
you,
where
the party
everybody just
school-
when basically applied, wrote your name on your test and applied and got in. It's kind of like Cal State Northridge used to be too.
Right. I mean, so I did apply to San Diego State back in 1993, 92, yeah. And yes, here's what the admission standard at San Diego State looked like in 1992.
That's I
You have
remember
to be
that.
at donandgino.com with the live streaming button to see that.
Yeah.
Yes, I in fact checked my pulse for those who are not watching the stream.
It was like
And
getting
yes,
a mortgage in 2005.
Hey, now.
That's true. That's true.
But so, San Diego State is now, I mean, you go back 20, 25 years and you're like, you're breathing, you got in. Average now,
You just had to bring a keg.
Pretty much. 3.7 average GPA. That's an A- high school average. That's no joke. And they're admitting 1 out of every 3 students who apply. Now we get to the UCs. Berkeley, 29,000 undergraduate students admitting about 17% of the students who apply.
Still tough.
Very tough, getting worse. Santa Cruz, 17,600 students admitting about 51% of the students who apply.
So a little easier to become a banana slug.
Correct.
So we got a lot of data here, and we're probably going to run out of time. So I'm going to ask my question, and then you're not going to have time to give me your answer, because I want you to think about it during the break.
All right, fair
Do you
enough.
do this with Nella too?
So I had a hypothesis, and I think it's being proven right now, is that just like in real estate in California, it continues to be one of the best places in the world to live due to its weather. So people want to continue to live here, and now there's a great opportunity for jobs here, and we have a lack of inventory. We don't have enough public, private, or any type of college. Otherwise, we wouldn't have 30 to 50% admission ranges. So something's wrong, and people are being forced out of state, just like they are with housing. They're being forced out because it's too expensive to live in California. So you're going to have to answer whether that's true when we come back a little bit. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe there's some alternatives you're
Set
going to
up
give
the
us.
second half of the show, Gino. And what's nice is also when we come back, Rob Schwartz with Premier College Guys done a great job of giving you some stats, some information about the challenges with getting admitted to the colleges here in California. We're going to also go into a little bit more on costs and then options, ways to think things differently. Rob has successfully helped some friends of ours, people we actually know, change their lives for the better by thinking outside the box. So you don't want to go away. We'll be right back to the Don and Gino Real Estate and Finance Show.